Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Draft Professor, everybody. My name's Jim. I am joined today by Bobby. Uh, Bobby, you and I just met for the first time backstage. We'd messaged on Twitter a little bit. It's nice to meet you in person, and this is your first Draft Professor podcast. So I want to say welcome to the channel. How are you today?
Hey, absolutely. I'm glad to be here and appreciate you for having me. It's always good to be wanted.
It is great to be wanted, and we want to hear about the Cleveland Browns 2026 draft. Um, as you look at the Browns,
Mhm.
what do you think they need to accomplish in this upcoming draft?
Let's get a hold of some talent. Let's get a hold of some talent. We need to up our talent level so that we can continue to build depth. You build depth. In order to have depth, you have to have talent up top, right? So we need to continue to get that talent up top. Last year we killed it in the draft. I would argue that our draft class was the best in the NFL. So we got that. Let's keep that going. And again, just continue to build that talent so we can now add to depth and be competitive year in and year out.
Doing a lot of Cleveland Browns mock drafts here in the next hour. What players are you looking at for the Browns in the draft?
I'm looking in linemen. Obviously, early in free agency, we addressed that. That was probably our biggest need. We had to rebuild our offensive line. I feel we've accomplished that. We've got about 80% of the starters, which is 4 out of 5. I'd like to get us to get that left tackle spot secure. And again, that now we can build that depth I was just talking about. Get maybe one or two guys who can be behind the new guys we just acquired uh, to prep them for the upcoming year so they can start.
Okay. Well, we are going to pull up the Draft Professor simulator, and the Browns are picking sixth,
Yep.
and we're going to do this thing called the First Round Fanatic Challenge. So Bobby and I are going to talk through five unique Cleveland Browns round one. And Bobby will not be able to pick the same player twice. So we're going to learn who Bobby likes, and the simulator is going to find ways to make this harder. Um, so the draft goes Mendoza, Reese, Maui, Noah, Bain, Tate. Any
Mhm.
of that surprise you?
Nah, not really. It's kind of expected. Like there's about 7 or 8 guys who you could scramble, switch them around, but pretty, those names are pretty consistent.
Agree. This way, who is your favorite pick for Cleveland?
Right now, I'm going Monroe Freely.
You're the first Browns person to come on this podcast channel and select Monroe Freeling at six.
Nice.
So you are the fourth person to podcast doing this for the Browns. You're the
Yeah.
first one that liked Freeling at six. Um, okay. You take Freeling at six. Who's your
hmm
dream pick at 24?
At 24, because of the way we addressed our needs in free agency thus far, I can go get that playmaker that we need, and I am partial to Makai Lemon, but I don't really see him dropping this far.
He was taken
Um,
at 16 by the Jets.
yeah, I know a lot of people are in love with Denzel Boston. I'm not too high. I am going to go Omar Cooper.
The draft one is Monroe Freeling, Isaac Cooper Jr.
Yep.
The simulator starts another mock. And this time somebody traded up and they got Freeling before the Browns. So what do the Browns do?
At 2, wow.
Now in this one, Mendoza dropped. So everyone's because you're picking early, you will see some interesting first round challenge scenarios because the
Yeah,
simulator won't let the team picking at one pick the same player more than once.
right.
That way each mock is different. So in this one, Mendoza dropped.
In this case, we have you ever seen the movie Draft Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's on the phone. Why didn't you take Mendoza? Why didn't you take Mendoza? I'm not going to be that guy. You have to take Fernando Mendoza.
Appreciate you embracing the spirit of the exercise. We both know that's not going to happen.
Right.
Appreciate your sense of humor here. So you take Mendoza. Cooper has been sniped before pick 24. What do you do?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with another guy that I like, uh, Casey Conception. I like him, so I'll probably go with him at 24.
We started strong. We took a down the alternate reality of Fernando Mendoza, and almost normal, right? So Freeling and Mendoza, the board before Cleveland picks.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I'm going back to addressing my O line needs, and I'm going to take Spencer Fano.
Peter Fano at 6.
Mm-hmm.
You're at pick 24. Cooper and Concepcion are not available. What do you do?
Here, I'm going to surprise a lot of people. I'm going to stack up O line. I'm going to go Caleb Lomu.
So I like that. You saw that Lomu was available, and I love seeing both Utah tackles go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good round one right there. Fano
Yeah.
Lomu. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now
Okay.
with what we did in free agency, I can move Elton Jenkins to center, and I can also slide Titus Howard to guard. I can have both the Utah guys on the outside, and I'm set now. I got who was Zion. I got Zion at one guard, Hunter at the other. Actually, I like that O line.
But now we're doing a fourth mock. Freeling, Mendoza, Fano, all off the board before the Browns pick. What do you do?
Let me see in this one. Let's make it real interesting for people. I'm gonna go and my Browns fans, they're gonna hate me for this one. Let's go Jeremiah Love.
Thick. What do you do at 24?
And at 24, let me see which tackles are available. We're gonna go Blake Miller out of Clemson.
So now we're doing the fifth and final mock of the first round challenge.
Yeah.
Freeling, Mendoza, Fano, and Love. All off the board before you pick.
Mm-hmm.
Maui Noah dropped. Sonny Styles is here. What are your thoughts?
But the best receiver available is still on the board, so I'm gonna go Carnell Tate and address that need.
Okay. So Carnell Tate, round one. We get to pick 24. Cooper, Concepcion, Lomu, Miller off the board. What would you do?
I'm going to go with let me see the tackles again. Nope, guy's not there. Let me see the list of guards, or just O lineman. Nope, there's a guard specific category. Too early to take him. My first thought would be to try and trade down. If I got to pick, let's hit the wide receiver tab. And I'll go with
So even with taking Tate 6, you would take another wide receiver at 24?
if my lineman is gone. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Let's go Denzel Boston.
Okay. So that was Freeling, Cooper, Mendoza, Concepcion, Fano, Lomu, Love, Miller, Tate, Boston.
Yeah.
Players that you were hoping to take, but you didn't get a chance to talk about there. Like, were you looking for
Uh,
Proctor?
no, not Proctor. Just I was seeing if I could get good value from taking Dunker at that spot, but he's rated in the 40s, so I got another pick in the 30s. I can grab him at if need be. Uh, so I went the best available receiver. Kind of disappointed I didn't get a chance to snag Makai Lemon. I mean, I had chances, but I don't think I take him at 6. That's a little bit. If I had an opportunity to trade down, maybe that's a thought, but not at 6. I gotta get my guys first. But nah, overall, I like the options.
I like the way that you talk through all 10 of those picks.
Yeah.
When I designed the simulator, it was designed for people to have the same conversation you and I just did, right? Um, okay, we're going to do Cleveland, and this time we're going to do this thing called the second round Fanatic Challenge.
There we go.
So this is 10 unique 2-round drafts. So, Bobby, if you want to, you can pick Monroe Freeling every time in round 1,
Okay.
right? Your round 2 pick will have to be different.
Okay.
So if the board goes Mendoza, Reese, Maui Noah, Bain, Tate, is it Monroe Freeling?
Yeah, it's Freeling. Freeling at 6.
Okay. When we get to 24, I think last time you picked Omar Cooper Jr. here.
I did. So yeah, I go Cooper again.
Okay, let's just make sure that Lemon isn't here.
And yeah,
Lemon's going at 16.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Okay, so we do Omar Cooper Jr. So Freeling, Omar Cooper Jr., what is your dream pick at 39 in this case?
At 39. For me, I'll probably go. Well, let me see if the plow's available.
The Dunker went 1 pick before you.
Freaking Texans. Let me get on the phone with them. And I'll probably go Chris Brazzell.
Double dipping at wide receiver.
Yeah. Let's get whoever our QB1 will be some weapons.
Immediately starts a second mock. Cleveland's on the clock at 6. It's Monroe Freeling every day, all day.
Yep, we're taking him at 6. There's only one way he's not going at 6.
Because somebody trades up to go get him, right?
Well, 2 ways. That, or if we get in this Marvel universe where Fernando Mendoza falls to 6.
There you go. Okay, so then we get to pick 24. Cooper is still here. Is this like between Omar Cooper Jr. and Makai Lemon at 24 for you?
Yeah, probably go Lemon, Cooper, and then Conception. Would probably be mine.
So if Cooper's here, he's the pick?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when we get to round 2, what the simulator does is it takes the player that you picked and Brazzell is off the board 10 picks before you're on the clock. So if Brazzell's not there after you take Freeling and Cooper, what would you do?
I'm always looking to see if Dunker's somehow available.
He went 1 pick.
The Texans, man. What are we doing? We have a good working relationship with the Texans. We deal with them all the time. Now they're just taking my guy. All right, let's hit the list of receivers again. Which one of them? Which one? I like them both. Actually, no. Give me Chris Bell. Chris Bell out of Louisville. I think he's a first-round talent. The only thing set him back was that injury.
So Monroe Freeling is your top choice.
Yeah.
And then we get to pick 24. Cooper is here.
And Lemon's 15
to
or
the Rams in 13. Yep.
That's a scary idea.
So is this Cooper?
Yep, Cooper Jr.
Okay. When we get to the round two
Texans,
pick,
Texans again.
you can see that
Yeah.
sniped before your pick here. What would you do?
Well, let's go Jeremy Bernard.
I'm sensing like you really want to kickstart the Browns offense.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
think I've seen you take a defensive player yet.
No, our defense is solid. I like where we're at. Personnel wise, it's just not much needed.
Okay, so the Browns, we're taking Freeling. And if you notice, Omar Cooper is now higher than Concepcion, Besantis, and Pregnon. He's moved up the board because you've picked him so much. So the simulator's already learning who you like.
Right.
Right? So this is Omar Cooper Jr. again?
Yep.
Okay. Love it. Okay. Then we get to the round two pick. And Basil the board before your pick.
And the
Duncan was
Texans.
also taken. Yep.
Starting to hate the Texans.
What are your thoughts on what you would do here? So, like interior offensive line, like Rutledge and Casey and Lou and Golbin are here. Those are guys I like.
Yeah. But with us, we did such a good job in our free agency period. The interior, I can wait for another interior lineman.
Okay. So you got offensive tackle like Miller, Tiernan, Barber are here. At linebacker, Anthony Hill and Josiah Trotter and Jacob Rodriguez are here.
Yeah.
At edge, Mesidor, Lawrence, Height, Barham, and Mason Thomas. And I mean, if we go down the board, Derek Moore is still here. Gabe Backus is still here.
Now, the only defensive player I'd be tempted to take would be a corner. We really need a nickel corner. That'd be the only hole we have. And
Keith Abney?
Nah, I would be
Colton Hood.
Nah, see, and I like DI out of Ohio State, but I can you see I can get him in the later round.
Yeah.
So it's all wide receiver. That like my second round pick is I can go straight offense and not really worry about missing my guy.
Are there any other wide receivers here that you like at pick 39?
Yeah, Elijah Surratt.
Okay.
I like Surratt.
Both Indiana receivers. That was Freeling, Cooper, Surratt.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a slightly different scenario. So if Freeling and Maui Noah are there, you're still taking Freeling?
Yeah, he's a true left tackle. So
yep.
I have to go with that. We tried the whole converter right tackle to left tackle thing with Jed Wills. Didn't really work out. So
okay. So in this mock, Cooper went at 13 to the Rams.
And Mekhi almost fell.
To the Steelers. Yep. So what would you do here?
Here I'm going KC Conception.
Okay, and then when you get to the round two pick, Surratt, Bernard, Bell, Brazel have all been sniped before your pick at 39. Now, if we look, your guy fell.
He did, and that's where I'm going.
See, I appreciate that you told me who you were looking for. So, okay, so Freeling again at the top. So this is the sixth mock that we're doing. Notice how Cooper has now moved over Besantis and Pregnon.
Yeah.
Because you've picked him so much. Is this Cooper over Boston for you?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I know a lot of Browns fans, they like Boston. I prefer Cooper.
Okay. So if we look at the round two pick, Brazel, Bell, Bernard, Surratt, Dunker, sniped before pick 39. What would you do?
Let me see. Let me look at the receiver list because I know where I'm going if I don't like guys there. In this case, I would go with I haven't done Blake Miller, right? I can't remember.
You have not, no.
Okay. Yeah, Blake Miller. Developmental.
Yep.
He can sit a year and then take over for Titus Howard when his deal is up.
So we'll do Freeling again at the top. It's good to know that you're mailing in the Freeling pick. And then this is Cooper for
Cooper.
you over Concepcion in Boston.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we get to the round 2 pick. And again, so the wide receiver board's getting a little thin. So Brazo, Bell, Bernard, Surratt, the board. Dunker's off the board. Miller's off the board. Who are you looking at pick 39?
All right. I'm going to do it interesting. This is just to mess with my Cleveland. Let's look at the quarterback list. Let's go get Ty Simpson.
I see how you're thinking. I love it. The way you're embracing the spirit of the activity. So thank you. So we'll do Freeling again at the top. And Cooper,
13.
So I'm glad that you're checking Lemon because sometimes I'm forgetting to look. Okay, so in this one, Casey Concepcion dropped to round 2.
Oh, yeah, that's the move. That is great value.
Sometimes you get a gift. Okay, so then we would go Freeling. Okay, you said this is still Cooper.
Yep.
Boston and Ihinocore.
Yep.
Okay. And then we get to the round 2 pick. This time Boston dropped to round 2.
Yeah, I can't pass on them there. Let's go ahead, Denzel.
Okay.
How many more left?
This is the 10th and final one right now.
All right, I'm gonna have fun with this one. At 6, we do something completely out of whack. I'm gonna screw with every Browns fan out there.
You want Makai Lemon, right?
No.
Oh.
Let me look at the overall list. Best available. Oh, he's gone. What are
you looking for?
I was gonna take Caleb Dan. Oh, you went number 1. Wow.
Well, and again, so the algorithm is this pick has to change each mock.
Yeah.
To see who you pick.
Yeah.
Right? Because the idea is to force the person drafting into some situations that they may not normally see.
Yeah.
Trying to stack the second round board. So,
all right. Oh, we lost our best not our best linebacker, but we lost Devin Bush, who had the best season of his career last offseason. So we're gonna go Sonny Styles at Ohio State. Replace him.
I like that you're mixing it up. So you go Sonny Styles, and then when we get to pick 24, do you 24. Like Lomu?
Yeah, we're gonna fill that tackle need, take Lomu.
Okay. And then when we get to round 2, all your favorite players will be off the board. So that would include Chris Brazo, Chris Bell, Jeremy Bernard, Elijah Surratt, sniped, Dunker sniped, Miller, Simpson, Concepcion, Boston, all off the board. What would you do at 39?
Let's go. I'm attack. I got a solid defense. Let's go. Let me look at the list of QBs again. Oh hell no, Carson! I refuse to draft Carson Beck, even in a mock. Let me look at the list of edges.
Good list. Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, Mason Thomas, Cassius Howell.
Now let's look at tight ends. Moore.
Make sure Sadiq is off the board.
Yeah, I can get those guys later.
Yeah, Sadiq went to the Panthers.
All right, let's go. Is there yep, let's go safety. I don't look at safety.
Neil Warren is here.
Yeah, let's take Warren.
Love it. We just did 15 Browns mocks. How you feeling, Bobby?
I'm feeling Chris Bell is a B at 39. That's wild.
So this actually brings up a great point. The grading on this simulator is all group sync.
Hmm.
So do other Browns people pick Brazel at that spot? A B means that there were at least 8 players that were more frequently picked there than
Hmm.
Brazel. So Brazel was somewhere between 9 and 16 on the board.
Yeah.
And basically, the way the algorithm works is when you pick somebody, they move up.
Right.
And the players that you don't pick will move down slightly.
Okay.
So that just means that he's not as popular as other players. Like, I think some people like taking boundary corners,
Right.
for example, for Cleveland. Okay. So we still have a little bit of time left. So let's do some 4 round Browns mocks.
All right. Let's go.
This time I'm going to flip on one more button. I like
Okay.
adding buttons. So we're going to flip on fanatic mode and we're going to bump it up to 4. So this
Okay.
means we're going to do 4 Browns mocks. Each of them will be 4 rounds each.
Okay.
You will not be allowed to select the same player twice.
Ever. Any round. Okay.
No round. No round pick gets duplicated. So we're going to kind of get an idea as to where your head is. Maybe we get a chance to talk about Makai Lemon in this one. Right? So have fun and also realize that the boards that you're drafting against, you're
Mhm.
drafting against what other people think their team should do.
Right.
So just because the player's there on PFF doesn't mean that they're going to be there here.
Right.
So your dream pick is Freeling, correct?
Yeah. So we got Freeland at 6. And we're gonna go Cooper. 39.
You notice all the guys you like have
Mm-hmm.
already floated to the top,
Yeah.
right?
I go Bell first here.
Freeling, Cooper, Bell. What are you thinking as you get to round 3?
Round 3, I can kind of have fun with this pick. And I think this might be a good spot for DI. Let me see the corner list. Oh, is he gone? He's gone. Oh, he's gone.
Who picks
Yep,
before
two
you?
back. At least it wasn't the Texans. I can live with it wasn't. Let's go to the safety list. Is he gone as well?
Who are you looking for?
Uh, my guy out of Toledo.
Yeah, so McNeil
Yeah,
Warren
yeah,
is
he's a high
he
third.
goes early, so he's going to the Vikings here.
Yeah, it's a high third round pick. All right. Here, all right, let's go best available. Let's look at the best available list.
Contest list, not a best available list.
Yeah.
Right? So meaning like edges. So like Romello Height, Jay Sean Barhammer here. If we look defensive tackles, Caleb Banks, Daryl Jackson Jr. are still here.
Yeah, we just added another defensive tackle yesterday. So we were like our line is there's not much room for guys to get playing.
So
I
like Dalen
mean,
Everett and Will Lee are both here in round 3. So is Malik Muhammad.
I might have go Keontae Scott.
You like Keontae Scott here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Miami fan as well. I mean, I've seen him play. I feel he can play the slot. If we need anything on defense, it's a slot corner. No, so we're going to be forced to lose a good outside corner because he can't play the slot. Martin Emerson. So
So Freeling, Cooper, Bell, Scott, you have a round 4 pick. What would you do?
I'm looking at linebackers. We strengthen our special teams. Our special teams is
Kyle
absolutely
Lewis
terrible.
is here. Kendall Daniels is here.
No,
Keyshawn
Deontay
Elliott.
Lawson.
You want Deontay Lawson?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was
So
our
that
last.
mock finishes. This one, Freeling is sniped before your pick. Is this Fana?
This is going to be. Nope, we're going Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs. So we go Caleb Downs at the top of round 1. When we get to pick 24, Cooper, who you picked before,
not the Steelers,
before your pick.
We're gonna go Casey.
I love your sense of humor, Bobby.
So yeah, we go KC.
And you would go KC over Proctor?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Proctor. One, he's a developmental player. Two, he's a large human being, and we have DeJuan Jones on our roster, who is also a large human being, and those guys, they just deal with injuries. I can't trust you to be on the field at all times, and we all know the best ability is availability, right? So
it is. Yes, it is. I've said that numerous times before.
So yeah, I can't trust Proctor.
Okay. So if we go Caleb Downs and Casey Concepcion in round 1, you haven't addressed offensive line. Is there a tackle that you like early in round 2 out of this list?
At this spot, I'll go Blake Miller.
So we go Downs, Concepcion, Miller in rounds 1 and 2. What are you thinking in round 3?
Round 3.
Iggy still didn't drop. But Keontae Scott was sniped 4 picks before you're on the clock.
Yeah, man, get tricky here. Let's go to the list of QBs. I just can't take Carson back. I'm not gonna do it with this pick. I think I can get him. I think I can get him later. So let's go back to the list of safeties. Where's my one? So Bishop Fitzgerald.
Bishop Fitzgerald at pick 70.
Yep. Huge reach.
I don't know that it's a huge reach. That might be, it's 1 round before I have him graded.
Yeah.
And my personal philosophy is I take safeties around after I have them graded. So if they're graded round 4, don't draft them until round 5.
And here I'm going to go for full developmental, all potential pick. Let's go QBs. Hopefully, let's go Taylon Green.
I love the way you pick. Draft a quarterback with upside every time. Yeah. If Taylon Green hits his ceiling, he'll be the best quarterback of this draft.
He could be the best quarterback ever if he is.
Yes. Yeah, and that, to me, that's how you should be selecting quarterbacks.
Yeah. He could be a modern day Randall Cunningham.
Yes. Oh, I love that comp. So Freeling and Downs are off the board before you pick. What do you do?
I've not done. Oh no, I can't do him right there. Let's go Carnell. Yeah, Carnell's down there. Okay. Carnell Tate for sure.
So that's Carnell Tate over Spencer Fana.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go Carnell Tate. Then we get to pick 24. Cooper and Concepcion have been sniped before your pick.
Yeah. And now here's where I piss all the Browns fans off. This guy recently was on Good Morning Football, or no, not Good Morning Football, on what's her show? Kay Adams, Up and Adams. And he spoke this into existence. So I'm going QB.
Pick QB?
Yeah, Ty Simpson.
Okay.
Ty Simpson said he would love to play with Carnell Tate in Cleveland. So
Carnell Tate, Ty Simpson in round 1. You get to round 2. Brazel, Bernard, Dunker, the top of the board.
Yeah, I'm going Dunker. Give me the plow, the ginger plow.
So that's Tate Simpson Dunker.
Yeah, Tate Simpson Dunker.
We get to the round 3 pick, and Keontae Scott and Bishop Fitzgerald are sniped before
I'm
you're on the
going
clock at 7.
DI. Going DI. He's there. I got to take him.
I like that you're looking for your guys and you recognize when they drop. You know exactly who you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have the round 4 pick.
Yeah,
What
this
are your
is
thoughts
just
here?
now. I got to get didn't address, so I got to get the best tackle available. And let's go Dontavius Crownover.
It's a good round 4 pick. I
Yeah,
don't think he makes it out of round 3. I like that pick in round 4.
yeah, I know. And being a Hurricane fan, like I watched the game they played against, but that's a tough front 7 to go against. I know he didn't have his best game, but I mean, I liked it. He had decent technique.
So this is the 4th and final mock for the Fanatic mode exercise.
All right.
Freeling, Downs, Tate, snipe before your pick. Maui Noah's there, Fano's there. What would you do?
Yeah, some real fun. Let's go Ruben Bain. Give Myles Garrett that opposite side guy he's never had.
Okay. Like this. You're mixing it up from one mode to the next, so you're keeping me off guard. And then Fano dropped to pick 24.
Let's go. Did Lomu get taken? I already picked Lomu, right? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got taken anyway. But that's good. That's a value. I can't pass on that value. Yeah, I would take Fano.
So this one we have Bain Fano in round 1. What would you do in round 2? You're looking at Pregnon, Brazel, Bernard, Surratt at the top of the board.
I'm going
Ward
Brazel.
is also here.
Yeah, Brazel. I gotta get a wide receiver.
Okay. So that's Bain, Fano, Brazel. And we're going into the round 3 pick. When we get to round 3, Keontae Scott, Bishop Fitzgerald, Davison Igbinosun, snipe before you're on the clock. What would you do?
Darn Texans again. All right, let's look at the list of wideouts. Let's go Skylar Bell.
I was guessing as soon as you said go wide receiver, I was guessing he's probably going to go Skylar Bell. So we go Bain, Fano, Brazel, Bell. We get to the round 4 pick. Any of these safeties scream round 4 Cleveland Browns to you?
Nah, here I got to here.
You're looking for slot corner, like Stukes is here in round 4.
True.
Hodge is here round 4.
There's one guy I'm gonna look for. I'm saying it's gonna be let's go receiver again.
Which guy are you looking for? He just might be buried.
CJ Daniels.
The wide receiver?
Yep.
Yeah, he should still be here.
Yep. Yeah, let's go CJ.
Oh, it's stacking up 3 wide receivers. I see what you're doing. That's what I would call over Brazel, Bell. What was that last one? Brazel, Bell, Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, what did you think of Fanatic mode there?
Oh, it was fun. It was fun and interesting. I mean, I like the fact that you can't pick the same guy, you know, that it just makes you really kind of look at the depth of the draft and who you like and who, you know, if you had to move the chess pieces, it's almost like a simulated trade, you know, in a way.
Yes, because you can build, if you set that to 8, so we only did 4, but if you set it to 8, having 8 players that you like for every round 1 spot,
right,
is difficult,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then in round two, if you've there's so many people that say we have to do offensive tackle round one, edge round two, edge round one, offensive tackle round two. If we don't do those two positions, it's not the right draft. Well,
Right.
Fanatic Mode will push that thinking because if you don't have 8 tackles you like,
Right. Yeah.
you're going to need to get outside of your box,
Yep.
and that's the purpose of Fanatic Mode.
Absolutely.
If somebody has very narrow thinking, they probably won't like it.
Yeah.
Um, Half the people that come on when I show Fanatic Mode to them,
Hmm.
they're like, I don't like this. They'll get like 6 or 7 in, and they're like, ooh, I don't like the way this board fell. You
Right.
still have to make a pick. Like mad at me, but they're like, okay, this is harder than the other mocks I've done on other sites, and that's the idea.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So Bobby, while you have a few minutes, do you want to introduce yourself to the Draft Professor audience? Let them know who you are, about all the Brown stuff you do. I mean, I found you on Twitter, but you may have some other content that other people are interested in. So feel free
Oh
to
yeah.
share.
Just like there, Bobby G. You find me on X at Audible_Bobby G, which is a podcast, Audible sports podcast I do on Fridays with my co-host Wildcard Mar. And that one we kind of try and mix sports with life and culture. So we try and talk about sports as it pertains to life and culture more than just the X's and O's. And then of course, right below that, you see my 2 YouTube channels, which one being Audible Sports Podcast, which I just mentioned, and the other being Game Time 216. Myself and Big Mike from the Man Cave LLC. Self-explanatory. It's a Cleveland sports show, 216 being the Cleveland area code, and it's on Mondays and Wednesdays at 2:16 Eastern. So if you're a Browns fan out there looking for some Cleveland sports talk, we talk Browns, we talk Cavs, we talk Guardians, we talk Ohio State when necessary, because honestly, even though I'm from Cleveland, I'm not an Ohio State fan. It's the U all day. Sorry. But yeah, and so we've just been having fun lately. We'll probably do a few mock drafts during leading up to the draft, and we have you on and break some prospects down for us. Because most Cleveland fans are kind of set in who they want going right now. There's a group of about 5 to 8 guys that every Browns fan is like, we have to have these guys. So
We're at that time of draft season. And Fanatic Mode is designed for this time of draft season.
yeah.
Because everybody gets locked into the couple guys they want, and Fanatic Mode can blow that up for you in a minute.
Yeah.
So, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's watching. Remind everybody that we have several upcoming, I'm going to call big podcasts. So, the first one is we have Epic Mock April 9th, 10th, and 11th. So that is a 7-podcaster mock. And it's a 32 podcaster mock. We're going to go 7 rounds, April 9th, 10th, and 11th. So that's 2 weeks before the NFL draft. We're going to have 32 podcasters mock drafting against each other. Last year in Epic Mock, the Jaguars traded up for Travis Hunter. So the Jaguars podcasters nailed the trade up.
Yeah.
Right?
Did he trade up with the Browns?
I think it was to 3. In Epic Mock, it was to 3, but they still got Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then the Bills in Epic Mock last year traded up in round 2. So Buffalo traded both second-round picks in the last draft to move up. In Epic Mock, the Bills podcasters, and I'm one of them, we traded up in Epic Mock. So you will see things in Epic Mock, and people are encouraged to know how their teams think, and don't do what you would do. Do what you think your team does.
Yeah.
And you get more reputation points that way.
Nice.
Kind of thing. So, April 9th, 10th, and 11th. And you'll be able to follow it on Draft Professor, and there's going to be 32 other podcasts as well that are all covering the same mock. So, That's a lot of fun. In addition to that, Draft Professor, the week before Epic Mock, which would be March 30th through April 2nd, we are doing what did we decide to call it? We're doing a marathon mock.
Okay.
So Monday's podcast does round 1. Tuesday's podcast does round 2. One of the
Okay.
Wednesday podcasts does round 3. One of the Wednesday podcasts does round 4. And then the Thursday podcast finishes up with rounds 5, 6, and 7.
Nice.
So Draft Professor has 85 podcasters. So those 85 podcasters are going to do marathon mock, and they're just going to do it on consecutive nights.
Okay.
But one of the things we pride ourselves on here at Draft Professor is that we cover players in rounds 1 through 7. We aren't covering the top 100. We're covering the top 400.
Nice.
Right? So if you're looking for draft content, that's Draft Professor. We do it every day of the week. We do it every month of the year. So as soon as this draft ends, we immediately start covering the next draft class on Monday, May 4th.
Nice.
Right? And we're just diving into the next class. And from May 4th to July 4th, we are going to tell you the top 800 players in college football.
Okay. Since you do that, I'll question for you then.
Yeah.
Do you believe Dante Moore made a mistake going back to school?
There's no way he could make a mistake avoiding playing for the Jets.
Well, somebody could have traded up, came up and got him.
No, but you see, that's the Jets' right to not trade out of that spot.
True.
And if he says, well, if I wait a year and there's a chance that I'm not a New York Jet, it's probably worth waiting a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that Dante Moore made a mistake. You could argue financially it's better to make $16 million guaranteed on your rookie deal relative to the NIL deal he was handed. I could see his decision both ways.
Right.
It's like, I'm not going to say that he's wrong. There's risk. I would say there's risk to going back. But if your risk is I might get hurt or I might play for the Jets, I'm going to risk getting hurt. Right? Like, the Jets have to prove as a franchise that they're worth playing for. And I don't know that, there's a lot of draft professors that are Jets fans. So, right. So some of my most loyal draft professors are Jets people.
Right.
So they've heard me say this in flavors, but they're embarrassed for their team's front office too. Right? Like, you shouldn't be cutting a player because their Madden rating was too low.
Right? I actually love that.
I mean, one draft professor does use Madden ratings. It factors in like 1% of his draft eval is what the player is rated on Madden, because whoever comes up with those ratings has done enough research to know, is the player athletic, explosive, this attribute, that attribute.
Right.
He says that's worth something. It's not worth a lot, but he says it's worth something. So
I've come to the conclusion it's worth 0. Because if you look at that, the Madden will tell you that who was it I was looking at? I think Jalen Ramsey was the best corner on the game. Jalen Ramsey had a speed of like 96. However, Denzel Ward ran one of the fastest 40s in the history of the combine for corners. He almost ran a 4.2. He ran like 4.34 or something like that. Jalen Ramsey ran like a 4.4 or 4.5. Yet he's like 3 speed points faster than Denzel Ward. And older. It's like, make it make sense, Madden. Yeah.
I wouldn't be the one to really talk about, the ratings on a video game. I tend to focus on, like, from a draft standpoint, what's a player's range?
Mm-hmm.
So meaning, like, Chris Brazel's a great example.
Yeah.
People will take him maybe as high as New England at 31.
Okay.
But I don't see him going higher than that.
Right.
So he might be like the best worst pick for New England. But then in round 2, he's the kind of prospect everybody wants to bet on in round 2,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
Um, Elijah Surratt was getting some first round buzz
Yeah.
earlier,
Yeah.
but now almost everybody's talking about him in either round 2 or 3. So I like looking at a player for like what their range is for where people are taking them. I
Right.
mean, I can tell you that, Lee Hunter, some people take him round 1, some people won't touch him till round 3,
Hmm.
right? That's a big range,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm just going to say that usually you don't see a player's range being 60 selections. That
Okay.
somebody might take him at 20th overall in the draft, and somebody else isn't going to touch him until the back end of round 3,
Okay.
right?
But
But that to me is what the draft content is.
yeah.
Because, like, if I sit down with somebody who I'm less familiar, like I don't know your board, Bobby, say, okay,
Mm.
where are you in Lee Hunter? Where are you in Deshaun Stribling?
Right.
I can begin to see, like, do you evaluate like these 3 people or these 4 people?
Right.
Because the people that like Deshaun Stribling also tend to like the same other players at other positions. It's absolutely hysterical. So I'm like, okay, the way you evaluate, you're clearly scoring a certain way,
Right.
giving guys like DeMonte Capehart and Deshaun Stribling a lot of credit for what they did last year, even though their 2025s weren't the best years for them. So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
at Draft Professor, we have daily podcasts, so we can flush all that stuff out,
Right.
right? It might take us a week or a month or 2,
Hmm.
but we'll flush all that out. So
There you go. Do you subscribe to the theory that you can't take a player? That like the word is, say somebody's say a Jets fan is like, hey, if I had the second pick, I'd take Jeremiah Love. People just you can't take a running back at 2. Do you subscribe to that theory? You can't take certain positions in certain spots.
I'm not, how do I want to say it? I'm fanatical about it, but I would avoid it if I could. Um,
I get it.
so if you're drafting in the top 10, you're in the top 10 because you're bad,
Right.
right? So, and here would be the example I would use. So I'm a Bills fan,
Right.
okay? We went a long time without making the playoffs.
Hmm.
Long time. Like it was the longest drought in all
Yes.
4 major pro sports, right?
It was
Do
18
you know
seasons.
do you know how many times in the drought we picked in the top 10? We drafted in the top 10?
18 years, let's say 3.
2.
Yeah. Let's say they weren't like terrible. They just were just
That's
missing
what
the
I
playoff.
mean.
Right.
So you could be missing the playoffs, and Buffalo was infamous for having 7-9 records
Right.
during the drought. But a 7-9 record can have you picking like 12th or 15th,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I mean. So one of those top 10 picks was Marcel Darius at 3rd overall.
Right.
Cam Newton went 1, Von Miller went 2. We
Hmm.
passed J.J. Watt for Marcel Darius, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darius wasn't a bad player. I don't know that he had his head on straight, but he wasn't a bad player.
No.
Bad contract, not a bad player,
Right.
right? Then the other top 10 pick was Dante Whitner,
Okay.
right? So that would be the one where I would say, okay, now you should be looking at positional value because safety shouldn't be going at 8th overall when you're that bad of a football team. I don't know who else was in that Dante Whitner draft, but that goes back to, okay, positional value.
Right.
So the reason that I point that out is that there should be a formula for building a team. And I would definitely prescribe to that formula, but I'm never going to say, don't pick a running back or don't pick a safety or don't pick a linebacker. So positional value is a tiebreaker,
Okay.
but it's not the rule. It's the tiebreaker. So if you rate prospects and if we're looking at, let's say, the Tennessee Titans at 4 or the New York Giants at 5, okay, they might take Jeremiah Love,
Right.
right? But if the Giants don't take Love at 5, maybe the Commanders do at 7.
Sure.
Saints aren't taking a running back at 8. They just
Yeah.
put free agent money into a running back.
Yeah.
Kansas City put free agent money into a running back. They're not taking Love at 9. The Bengals could.
Yeah.
There's a reasonable chance you could make the argument. Now, the Bengals have way bigger needs than running back.
Yeah.
But I could see the Bengals taking a running back if he dropped. The Dolphins aren't going to take Love if he drops. Their roster's too depleted, and they've drafted enough running backs. Plus, the Packers would never draft a running back that high. So the Dolphins aren't taking a running back in round 1. Right? So they prescribe to that.
You're right.
Dallas just signed a running back. I don't see them taking Love. So then you start getting into the 13, which is the Rams. Could you imagine Jeremiah Love on the Rams with Sean McVay? And then the Buccaneers. The Lions, I could see taking Love. And I don't see any world.
They just picked up Pacheco.
Yeah, but Brad Holmes isn't going to let a talent like Love drop one more spot, especially because the team right after Detroit is Minnesota. There's no way Brad Holmes is going to let Jeremiah Love go to the Vikings. But the Vikings, to me, is the floor.
Okay.
There's no way Love gets past the Vikings. He would clearly be the BPA. And ultimately, like when I come into a draft like this, a lot of people want to know who the top 5 running backs are. I'm the type of person where I say, flip the question upside down. So, Bobby, who are the first 5 teams to draft a running back this year? Right? Which teams need a running back right now? I think it's the Titans, the Vikings. I'm looking.
Pittsburgh.
But you see, Pittsburgh drafted Caleb Johnson last year.
Yeah, but in our division, if you don't show up and show out your first year, you're susceptible to get
play devil's advocate. I don't think that you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh wouldn't have made my top 5, but okay. But like for me, it's definitely Minnesota. Yeah. It's definitely the Titans. I could buy Pittsburgh. I think Denver needs a running back. At least all the Denver
I know they re-signed JK. I don't know if they signed anybody else.
And
Seattle. Seattle now needs a running back.
Yeah, in Seattle. Right? But so we think those are the first 5 teams to draft a running back. Maybe those are the first 6 teams to draft a running back. Okay, so now you have to start saying at what round does it make sense? Because Tennessee needs a running back, but I can see him waiting until round 3 or 4 and being happy because if you're taking care of Cam Ward, I would take care of him with a wide receiver before I took care of him with a running back.
Yeah.
But somebody could sell me that running back, you just can't pass up Jeremiah Love. You could sell me on that. I would still say the impact of a Carnell Tate for Cam Ward is going to be bigger than the impact of Jeremiah Love for Cam Ward.
That's fair.
Right? But these are the draft discussions I love having. So I'm glad that you came on.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So for Bobby, myself, and the 85 podcasters at the Draft Professor, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your Sunday. We will see you on a podcast again in 1 hour to do some other mocks for other teams. And we will see you again on a podcast soon. Thank you for joining, everybody.
Peace.